think about the film? I think that Catholicism is unnecessary now that communism has collapsed.
There's always a need for Catholicism. Yes, communism has collapsed, but it doesn't mean that Catholicism was only used to fight the communists.
Sure, it might have been beneficial during the communist regime as the only organized private institution outside of communism, but it isn't necessary anymore. If Poland wants to catch up with the rest of the European countries, it must reject its stronghold on Catholicism in favor of a more liberal view.
Catholicism does not hinder a nation's development. The communists already done that. Religion as Poland is only used as a uniting factor, check and balance on our government, a moral compass for our people.
Well, yes, Catholicism played a necessary role in the collapse of communism in the 80s. It banded the Poles together. You saw how many people came out to see the Pope when he visited. And it was a legitimate alternative to the atheistic Communist Manifesto. But now that communism is gone, Catholicism needn't be present anymore either. With the disposable income rising and the living standards of Poles increasing each and every year, the religion alternative is no longer necessary to fill the void of the bleak lives of Poles led during communism.
Catholicism is not an alternative to anything. It's a way, not a solution. But who is to say that the developing countries with no communist regime cannot be bleak and have a gaping black void? Religion is needed. Catholicism is a moral light for the people. There needs to be somewhere else that people can turn to for help. Catholicism, again, unites the people in struggle and guides them during peace. Catholicism will always be needed.
No, I think secularization is inevitable. As Poland becomes more and more Western, religion will play a less prominent role in the lives of Poles. This is not something to be afraid of, but to be embraced. We should acknowledge the importance that Catholicism has played in Polish history, but not rely on it as the sole moral compass for our lives today, nor is it the only way to structure and arrange our society. Catholicism and communism may have been opposites of one another, but the collapse of communism does not mean that we need to revert to a Catholic system. A medium between the two, the separation of church from the state, would be the best for Poland.
I agree with the separation of church and state, but I disagree that Poland should aimlessly fall into secularization because of other Western countries. Poland grew up on Catholicism as much as bread and water, and Catholicism was there when food and water was not. Catholicism needs to be in Poland, so that people have an institution of good morals and a uniting factor whether we are in struggle or not. Lastly, I do agree that a medium between the two would be best for Poland to continue on to the future, so both the moral and the governmental institution can flourish.
I think we're going to have to agree to disagree.
Thank you.